It's time once again for the Maple Grove City Report. I'm Dave Kaiser from Northwest Community Television. Thanks for joining us here in late April for an update of what's new in the city of Maple Grove and also a recap of the most recent council meetings. Stay with us. It's time for the Maple Grove City Report next. Welcome to the Maple Grove City Report. I'm Dave Kaiser. Joining me, Al Madsen, Maple Grove City Administrator. Al, welcome again to the program.
Thank you, Dave.
As you see, stack of papers ready for action here. We have a rather short council meeting to talk about, a 9-minute meeting, but as always, a lot going on, and we're getting into springtime here, and events are piling up in the city. So let's give people a little overview, some of the things new around town, and then we'll get to that council agenda in just a second. What's new?
Well, we issued a building permit for Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby will be taking 85% of the old Roundy's, the old Rainbow store, out in the Dunkirk Lane area, and so we're happy that they're consuming that much of that facility. So that area really is picking up. Dollar Tree opened; they're open for business now. There's a whole lot of activity going on in that area now, and then there's a single-story medical office building of about 17,000 square feet that's under construction along 30. The right-hand side, people will see activity there.
Right.
So that's a medical office building. So,
and that's the start of development in that area, as I recall that there might be a lot happening back in that zone in the coming years.
Yes, we expect over the next couple of years, yes, there will be quite a bit of activity there. So some will be medical, probably a smattering of retail, but there's going to be some additional office and office medical stuff. So.
And the timing then on Hobby Lobby, when can we see things starting to open up, and when can people rush the store?
That's pretty much what my wife was
probably
asking.
Will happen, right? Yeah.
Because she's chomping at the bit to get down to Hobby Lobby. It's going to take them a couple of months to do the interior improvements. So I don't know. We're really at the end of April, so we're probably looking maybe sometime in July or something like that.
Okay.
But once they start on the inside, they can really make a lot of progress. So.
All right, we'll keep you up to date and reveal Al's shopping list as we get closer to grand opening, right?
Right. We've issued 66 single-family building permits so far this year, compared to 66 the same time last year. So we're right on track for last year. Mayor's Prayer Breakfast is coming up May 7th. And just to clarify, there's some folks that talk about the separation of church and state and why it's called the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. This is a national event, and so it's nothing that the city is financially sponsoring. It's just the churches in the area, and we do have a city representative that works with the churches to put together the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, and that's going to be May 7th at Rush Creek.
And the special guest speaker people might recognize from television?
Mike Fairborn, yes, meteorologist and former television weather guy.
Right.
Yep. We're looking at about 200 people right now.
Fantastic.
Maybe on the day of, we might see a few more that'll come trickling in. So.
Okay, very good.
So it's a really wonderful event. 610 is rapidly under construction, especially out at 94 and 105th. They're doing a tremendous amount of bridge work there. So you see a lot of activity there. You see a lot of road activity about everywhere you go. 494, north and south.
Right.
Can be a parking lot at times. Highway 100, a lot of activity going on there. Our street reconstruction projects will be underway. We did approve our seal coating projects for 2015, so we'll be doing seal coating in a variety of areas of the city. So there's a lot of street work that's going on. So, and then in the area of the Rice Lake Plaza, some people will see that section there is closed off. What they're doing is they're lining the pipes, the sanitary sewer pipes there. And so that probably should be opened, I think, by the end of this week. So.
Okay, so there's your construction update. Back to 610 just for a second. Okay. So work happening on the 94 side. Also on the opposite end of it, as I recall, we were talking about where 81 comes up.
Yes.
That was going to be an area of probably a few detours coming up this summer.
There
Not yet, but soon to come.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, no detours yet, but there will be detours coming. So
are they waiting until after the school year is done? Might that be a little factor with Fernbrook there?
That's the plan. Yes,
okay.
Because there's a lot of activity right in that area because of the Maple Grove Senior High. So yes, so the plan is to once that starts to taper off, then you'll see work starting in earnest there. So
okay, and back on the other end of it, I hate to even bring it up, but it's fun to talk about the funding side. Obviously, what we're talking about is not. It has been for 40 years, right?
Right.
It's not the completion of it, but it's getting us to another leg. Is there already work? Do the wheels ever stop turning? I guess is the question related to the funding and the need to really get to the point where it's completed.
I don't know if the wheels ever stop. The Mayor Stephenson and Mayor Lundy from Brooklyn Park were in Washington about a week ago and talking to the various federal officials. We're still in need of about $45 million now. Some of that will come from the city. We're hoping that some will come from the county, and then we're hoping to pick up some money either from the state or the feds.
Okay.
So we probably could get that final work done there for about 35 or 40 million. We're trying to get about 45 million to be on the safe side, and that's to take care of those offshoot roads that are coming from 610 itself. So when people think that 610 is completed in its entirety by the end of 2016, not correct. We still have those final little roads at the far west part, and
so it makes it to 94, but
yes.
Again, it's not going to be the type of access that you would hope for when it is completed.
Absolutely right. Yeah. So we keep working on it.
Are you keeping an eye on what's happening at the state level then, related to transportation and some of the surplus this year? Is there any language in any bill anywhere someone's talking about with 610 in mind?
We've been working with Senator Limmer and then Representatives Smith and Pepin to try to tap into some of that surplus to help offset the cost of that last little $45 million. And it's frustrating that we still are trying to find the dollars, but I keep thinking that we're getting, it's a slow process, but we're getting closer.
So I guess the idea now is celebrate the construction that's happening, right? Progress is being made, and it's going to get to 94, so that's a good sign, but we'll keep you up to date on the other progress.
That's it exactly. Just a few other things. We have a citywide cleanup program that's going to be coming up. April 27 will be curbside. So if people have something, set it out on the curb. No electronics, but set it out on the curb, and give the city hall a call with their address, and we'll make arrangements to come and pick it up. There's a small fee for doing that, but and then on May 2nd will be a pickup where you can bring your items to our public works facility.
Right.
And I think that's from 8 until noon, and that's on May 2nd.
Okay.
Now the Boy Scout Troop 211 is also having a pickup on the same day. I think theirs goes till 1 o'clock, but theirs deals with electronics.
So that's one of the tech dumps, I think is the name they use for that, right?
Yes, absolutely right. So Advent Church, so if you have electronic things that you need to get rid of, because we won't take that. Now the Hennepin County Recycling Center takes that off of Jefferson Highway, but we don't, but you can take it over to the Advent Church on May 2nd. So they'll take it.
So on the curbside end of it, you said there would be a fee associated with that. What are common items that people are putting out that you see picked up each year?
Oh, you see a number of appliances, small appliances, medium-sized appliances. Maybe someone gets a new microwave, and that is kind of electronic, but it's not in the same realm as computers and printers and things like that.
Got it. Okay.
And we'll let that up to the Boy Scout Troop 211.
All
because
right, so
they're taking all that. So
get out and clean out that garage, get that car back in, right, after
absolutely
winter.
right. Yes, absolutely. Saturday, April 25th is Arbor Day, and there will be a number of different activities going on over at the community center. So I encourage people that if they're interested in Arbor Day to come over there and partake in that stuff.
And
so.
you have a commission, right, that works on these
We
type
do,
of
yes,
items?
yes.
So
we have
it's
an
something-
Arbor Commission, Arbor Committee that does work on this.
So more information
Very
about the
active.
events to the city's
Go to
website, people can go?
Go to our website or give the government center a call.
Okay.
Yes, we can provide everything that somebody would need. Yard waste site it opened on April 1. It goes until just about through November. A lot of activity out there already. So I encourage people to use that. All you got to do is just drive up, show your driver's license,
Okay.
and they'll take just about anything. There's a limit as to the size of maybe tree branches or stumps or things like that.
Right.
But it's a great opportunity to get rid of leaves and mowing grass and all that stuff. So that thing has been just a godsend for us. It's been used by. I was told at one time that how many vehicles a day during the peak go through there, and I know that it was. I'm thinking something like 1,500 a day or something like that, and that's a lot of vehicles going through that yard waste site.
And it's not just Maple Grove, right? There are other communities here in the
Yes.
Northwest area that are part of the Hennepin Recycling Group
Correct.
that have
Yes.
that opportunity to do it too. So if you
Right.
see your friend at work from the city of Crystal all of a sudden drive up, they are okay to go there as
Yes,
well.
they are.
So
Yes,
other
they are.
cities, and again, the city's website has information about
Right.
how that process works. And for most of the items you mentioned, leaf, small branches, grass clippings,
Right.
those are free?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic.
Yep. So it's a nice opportunity. A couple other things. As you mentioned, our council meeting was short. It was, actually, we didn't start till 7:32, and it got over at 7:41. So a 9-minute meeting. Everything was on consent. We did have one item that was taken off consent, and that dealt with the retirement of Frank Kemple. Frank has been an employee for the city for 31 years, something like that, in our engineering department. Frank has decided to retire, so I think he and Leslie are probably going to do some traveling.
Good for them.
And so the council took that off consent just to thank Frank for his many years of dedicated service. So.
Speaking of the Arbor Commission, I know he was a key player
Yes,
in
he
that
was.
and did a lot with keeping up the beautiful look of Maple Grove.
He did. He was the staff liaison to the Arbor Committee, and so he did a wonderful job on that. And actually, Frank is a licensed landscape architect, and so he's got tremendous knowledge when it comes to arbor things, and so.
Some big shoes to fill.
Well, there will be. There's no doubt about that because he's been with us so many years, and Frank has done a wonderful job for the engineering department. But then, when we have an election every 2 years, he also assists the administration department and our deputy city clerk, Stevie Cole Anderson, with elections. And so Frank's done a wonderful job for us. So he's going to be missed.
Good luck to him.
Yes, absolutely right. I want to welcome Kristen Williams to a position of police officer. We've had a number of, we had some retirements, and then that always causes a ripple effect.
Right.
We've had some promotions where we've promoted Andy Sandberg to a sergeant. That left then a vacancy in the police ranks, and so it's kind of a ripple effect.
Right.
And so we've had several new police officers with us. And again, Andy has now been appointed or promoted to police sergeant. So we have a wonderful, wonderful police department. I mean, there's a lot of we're seeing a lot of new faces there for one thing. We're seeing a lot of young faces. Sometimes you wonder if I got to see your driver's license. Are you really out of high school? It's just I'm certainly not getting older. It's just that they're
Right,
getting
exactly,
younger. So.
right.
But we're very fortunate that we really have some qualified folks. And whenever there's a vacancy for a police officer in Maple Grove, we get hundreds of applications. It's just amazing how many applications come in because people want to work in Maple Grove. So we're happy
Good
with
problem
that.
to have.
You bet. We did approve a developer agreement for Sky at Arbor Lakes. That's that rental development that's under construction. This is for their second phase. When the dust settles on that project, there'll be about 450 rental housing units there. Silver Creek on Main, which is the market, I should say the senior development right at the corner of Weaver Lake and Main Street. It's absolutely amazing how fast that project came out of the ground.
Right.
It's just, and it really has a presence at that corner. And they're going to open up in July. They're actually going to be a part of our Maple Grove Day celebration. They're going to be providing some additional classic cars to the Classic Car Show. They're going to have a barbecue cook-off. They're really going to do quite a bit there. And that'll be at the same time that they'll be opening up.
Okay.
And the interest in the Silver Creek at Main from seniors has been just tremendous. So.
What a perfect location.
Oh, really is.
Next to near everything.
It truly is. And as I mentioned, our seal coat program, we did approve that. So, just be on the alert when you're out and about. So, it was a short meeting. At the end of the meeting, then Councilmember Sargent turned in her retirement letter to the mayor, and so Councilmember Sargent, her last day as a council member will be April 30. And so then we will have a vacancy on the council, and we'll start the process for filling that. Now, the process will not be a special election. It'll be an appointment process because there's less than 2 years of her term.
Right.
And so what we'll do is after April 30, probably I'm thinking around May 4th or May 5th, we'll start advertising in the local paper, our website, postings in the government center, the library, other areas where we normally post legal notices.
Right.
We'll post that a vacancy is available, and then we'll start accepting applications. Now, that process will stay open for about 30 days. And we're going to try to follow that 30-day very strictly. So, and we'll be looking for individuals that have played a part in the city, boards, commissions, things like that. The applications will come in, then the mayor and the council will sort through those and come up with their top probably 3 or 4, depending on how many applications we get.
Right.
We'll come up with their top 3 or 4 interviews, and then the mayor and the council will conduct interviews. And so hopefully sometime, I'm thinking maybe the first part of June, or maybe at the latest, the second meeting in June, we'll be swearing in a new council member.
Okay.
So anyway,
Very good.
I want to thank Councilmember Sargent, 24 years of service to the city. I mean, she's just done a wonderful job for us, and she's just been dedicated, and so we certainly appreciate everything that she's done for the city. So.
And this is not unprecedented as far as filling a seat on the council. This has happened in the past in the city of Maple Grove, and this has been the same procedure that has happened in before where
Correct.
this appointment takes place.
Yeah, it has. It's not, no, you're right. When Mike Amory moved to out east, we did an appointment process for that. We also did an appointment process a number of years before that. And then the individual that gets appointed, if they decide that all they want to do is serve through 2016,
Right.
that's fine. Or if they want to run for a real 4-year term,
Correct.
they can do that. So it'll be entirely up to the individual. So
Okay.
I'm sure we'll have quite a few applications that will come in. And again, I know the city council mayor and the council are going to be looking for candidates that have been involved in the community so that they understand the community and know what's happening. So, but again, thank Councilmember Sargent for 24 years of service. And so it's, we'll fill the vacancy, and move on from there. So.
And if people have any questions about the process or qualifications, if you will, they certainly can contact you or contact the government center and
Contact
some
me,
answers.
or they can contact Stevie Cole Anderson, the deputy city clerk. But the process will be appointment process. I
Okay.
know I've had some calls from people that have been asking about a special election, but the fact that there's less than 2 years interterm, it'll be an appointment process only. So,
Okay, very good.
so we'll take it from there. So it's a short meeting. I got over at 7:41. A couple of things, additional things to bring to our viewers' attention. Right now, there's a student art show that's going on the first level of the government center. You know, and the artwork by the students is truly amazing. They do absolutely fantastic job, and so I encourage people between the hours of 8 and 4:30 to come over to the government center and start at one end of the first level of the government center and work your way to the other end. There's really some very, very nice artwork there.
And you said students, are these students then of schools within the city of Maple Grove?
Correct.
Who
279, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
And they really do a wonderful job. It's truly amazing. So want to give congratulations to Pulte Homes. They, this past week, became involved in what's called Built to Honor. This is and it's called Finally Home also, but it's for veterans that are back from serving their country. Pulte Homes donated a mortgage-free, fully furnished home to a veteran, and they had the services last week, ceremony last week.
Right.
And so that was really nice, and it's a tremendous program, and I just applaud Pulte and Finally Home organization
Yes.
for their involvement in this. Farmers Market starts June 11. I've had a number of calls, and so has Carol and so has Kirsten. When is it going to open? When's it going to open?
It's
And
nice outside. Why can't we go to the market, right?
Right, yes. And so we're looking forward to getting that open. Just a few other things. One has to do with a change in our pool policy
Okay.
at the community center. Because of some near tragedies, close tragedies, we've had to implement a new policy, and the policy is that any child that's under 42 inches has to be accompanied by a parent in the pool. We've had some cases where we've had young children in the pool, and the parents have been somewhere else, distracted, and we've had some close situations. And so, if you're under 42 inches, you'll need to be, your child will have to have you within an arm's reach in the pools.
Okay.
So, and so I know some people may grumble a little bit about that, but it's really for the benefit of the child and the parents and everybody.
Certainly with this, there's no change that there will be lifeguards at all times at the pool when it is open.
No
but
change
it just
there, no.
is taking into consideration that the pool gets busy.
Correct.
And these young children in a busy pool
Yeah.
can't always be watched by the lifeguard.
Absolutely right. That's a very, very perfect statement, yes. So, and the dome is still open.
Okay.
We've decided to keep that open until May 19th.
Good
So,
thing it was open the last day or so when it was snowing here in
yes,
April, right?
That's right. We've had some chilly weather, and so it's been nice. Folks that want to get out and walk, they can walk inside the dome. So.
Is this quite different as far as the date you kept it open till?
We kept it
from
up a
past
longer
years?
this year, yes.
A little longer?
A little longer this year. I think at this time last year it was down.
Okay.
So, yeah, we've kept it open longer. And then the Park and Recreation brochure, if it's not in the resident's home as we speak, it will be within the next few days.
Good.
And so, tremendous amount of information in the Park and Recreation summer brochure. So, I encourage everybody to go through that. There's a lot of fun things in there.
Yep.
So,
Get out there and get signed up for those.
right, that was it. So,
Excellent. We have a couple of minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about a few things people might notice around town. Rice Lake, I believe, is the lake of choice this year that had a little water taken out of it. How is that process going? Are we filling things back up?
well, a lot of that has to do with Mother Nature.
Okay. And hasn't been cooperating?
True, that's right. There are those that think, well, we drained the bathtub, and so now let's just put the plug back in and turn the faucet
Exactly.
on, and it fills back up. Not quite that easy.
Okay.
So a lot of it has to do with rainfall. So, and rainfall has not been very strong, at
Right.
least right now. But you know, as the rainfall happens, you'll see it creep back up. So
Okay, very good.
it's good to do the drawdown to get rid of. There's a lot of noxious weeds and things like that that really tends to choke off, you know, the life. The fish life in there, so it's good.
And
to
is
do.
this done on a cycle? How does the city, or is it the city that makes this decision, or is this the DNR that comes in and does this? What
Well,
happens with other lakes in the city?
It has to do partly with our Lake Quality Commission.
Okay.
Very active, very responsible group, and then the city itself. We really do not have a schedule that says, okay, every 2 years or every 3 years or whatever the case. It's usually determined on a case-by-case basis. If we feel that the weeds are really starting to choke things out, then yeah, we'll drain it and clean it. But a lot of it has to do with our very good Lake Quality Commission. They're really on top of things. So.
Because I would guess this has a impact. It's not, again, as you mentioned, just pulling the plug and sticking it back in, but it has a big staff impact as well. When you do draw it down, you've got all this exposed.
Right.
Someone's got to go down there and do a little work, right?
That's absolutely right.
And that falls upon the city?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, our park crew does that. And then speaking of our park crew, around Rice Lake, we have a retired employee, Vern Manning, who was our former park superintendent. After Vern retired, he walked around the entire Rice Lake, which is like 4.2 miles, but with a 5-gallon bucket and is cleaning debris. And then he'd deposit, the debris at various locations, and then we had a truck go out and pick up everything. But Vern did this after he retired from us, and of his own free will. And so we want to thank Vern for his just dedication. Vern is very, very committed to our park system and our trail system, and so it was just very nice of him to do this on his own free will. So.
All right, well, let's look ahead a little bit. I know we're a number of months away, but Maple Grove Days comes up in July. But now's the time to start thinking about it, and I know the committee has been working on it hard.
Oh, yes.
But as far as sponsorships or businesses being involved, do you always encourage people in the city to get involved with that way, because it costs a few dollars to have a big festival?
It does. It really does, and because they have a lot of different events that take place, and so I encourage any Maple Grove businesses that are thinking about being a sponsor. Boy, step to the plate. It's a nice opportunity, and it's no secret that I think that Maple Grove Days is considered to be one of the best city celebrations around, and so they've got some new activities that are going to be coming up. Some of it be the same things we've had in the past, like the art show will be on Main Street, and the bed race, classic car show, truck show, things like that.
Right.
The carnival part itself, the business expo, but they'll be doing a variety of other things, and then it all starts with the Pierre Bottineau parade on Thursday night, and then runs through Sunday with the art show on Main Street, winding down. So,
all right. So
a lot of activities for everybody.
City's website to go there, or
Yes.
MGCO website?
Both.
Okay.
We've got information both, yeah.
All
so
right,
there's a lot of fun things. So.
Check those out and get involved. One
Right.
final quick question for people driving up and down 81 by Osseo Senior High School. They see that business going up there, Red Rock Development. How's that coming along?
Red Rock's coming along very well. It's a very large industrial building. It's a distribution center. It is about 312,000 square feet, so it is very large. That's coming along very well, and then they did get approval for an additional building of about 47 or 48,000 square feet. The building that's under construction now, the very large one, that's already committed by a large user, so things have been going very well, and so they've decided, well, let's put up a second building. So.
Have we identified those businesses yet, and are they looking for possible employment from Maple Grove residents and surrounding residents down the road?
As of this moment, have not identified, no.
Okay, all right.
I know that the developer has that,
Right.
but has not divulged it to us yet.
All right. As soon as we find out, we'll let you know, because
Right,
again,
yes.
there are some new job opportunities
You bet there is.
possibly in the
You
area.
bet. Yep.
Al, thanks again for your time.
Thank you, Dave.
Appreciate the update. Let's leave you with some information in case you want to catch that next council meeting, or visit the website that we mentioned many times during the program, maplegrovemn.gov. Next council meeting on Monday, May 4th, 7:30 at the Government Center, phone number to the Government Center at the bottom of the screen, and this next phone number, viewer response line. If you have questions or comments that we can answer on the program, give us a call, 533-1710. For Al Matson, I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us on the Maple Grove City Report.